Sayulita Wellness, home of your inner peace.
Hi, this is Kaylee here from Sayulita Wellness Retreat. I'm our Chief Experience Officer, and today I'm joined by Judy, a lovely recent participant of our 7-day Ibogaine retreat. So, welcome, Judy. It's so wonderful to see you in person after all of our calls, and I just can't wait to hear about your experience at the center.
No, thank you, Kaylee. I'm really excited to be here and share my experience. And if I can help others in any way, that would definitely be my intention.
Beautiful. Well, I told Judy all this already before we started this recording, but everyone at the center just raved about her and loved her so much. So it does sometimes feel like you come into this built-in support system and family at the retreat. So Judy, I'd love to just hear like why were you looking for a retreat? What kind of brought you to our program? What were you looking to heal or learn about yourself?
I was really looking for a spiritual purification and spiritual alignment and healing as an end result. I had been sick for over a year. I had a chronic cough, and traditional medicine, none of the doctors could really help me. And I spent thousands of dollars looking at other treatments. And eventually I started looking at Western medicine, and I'd done a lot of work with Reiki and some other energy healers. And the Reiki seemed to help relax me, but it wasn't really curing my cough. But it did give me a lot of insight as to why had been coughing for so long.
Yeah.
And the same thread or message kept coming from my guides that I had been suppressing my voice, and my voice could no longer be heard. And I realized that was something that I had to fix. And it was within myself. I had the ability, but I needed the tools. And then a friend told me about a documentary on Netflix called In Waves in War, where I witnessed Ibogaine treatment for the first time. And it really resonated because prior to that, I was searching for places where a shaman offered a guided ceremony centered on energetic clearing. I felt that there was this energy that was blocked within my body. And I was just really drawn to the idea of that. But after watching the documentary and doing some more research on Ibogaine, I felt that this was something that would really resonated and I had hopes for, and I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
And then once I was able to speak with you, and you really enlightened me and helped me and made me feel so comfortable about everything, I could hardly wait to get there. And it was even better than I thought once I arrived.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, I realized how sacred and beautiful the space was. And everybody was there for a reason, and everybody had their own story. And I was excited to work on myself, but also grateful for all the help and support and love throughout the entire stay that I had.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, I think that feeling when you first walk in, you're like, oh, I'm like, you worried, before the flight on the plane and this, and then like the drive there, like people get nervous. And then once you arrive and step in, you're like, oh, like I'm in good hands. Like this is a safe space. And it's such a nice feeling to start to feel that energy. And that view of the ocean I think it's the biggest
Oh,
expanse I've ever seen of the ocean.
I would love to go back there just for a vacation, but I would definitely love to do it again.
Yeah.
And the beauty of that, I didn't realize, is that nobody had ego. The place was ego free, and I didn't realize how important or how big of a part that plays in everyone's lives and the energy that we surround ourselves and the way we walk through life every day and the people that we deal with on a daily basis. It's so much easier when ego is removed.
Yeah.
I wish I could have stayed longer just to experience it even more.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Every time I leave, I'm like, I want to go back. I want to go back again.
Uh,
The architecture literally built the center, like the owners of the villa, they like they've done Ibogaine, worked with it, and they were like, this is going to be created for Ibogaine and for serving Ibogaine in this place. So it was definitely created with this healing energy in mind, and I think it very much succeeds in anchoring in that frequency. And the sunsets there are absolutely spectacular as well. So.
they
Yeah.
were spectacular, I must say.
Beautiful. Well, I would love to hear. This is a funny question, and now I'm realizing how it's phrased is perfect for Ibogaine. But what did you gain from this experience? Like, what did from walk me a little bit through your ceremony day, maybe what you were feeling, thinking, and then the transformation afterwards that you felt.
Well, I think what really helped me is you provided me with all these materials, how to prepare for it and what to expect during it and after. And I really delved into that and started journaling and doing meditation. And I watched Madison's video, and that really helped me learn how to meditate again. I'm not very good at it, but I went in and I set my core intention, and that was to confront my core wound. I had been suppressing my voice for so long, as I mentioned, and during the Reiki that I did prior to coming to Sayulita, it said that I was allowing a man to suppress it. And I did it again, and it said there were two men involved. So I wanted to figure out, was it my current relationship? Was it my relationship with my father? And I wasn't sure also at the time whether it was both parents that were causing some of this pain that I'd been carrying through my adulthood and repeating the same cycles in adult relationships that I had in childhood, that I carried through my childhood. And I wanted to confront that and see if I could see what happened in childhood. And so when I set that intention, I was able to see my father, but it gave me a beautiful childhood. There was nothing from what I remembered. And a couple people that worked there said, Ibogaine, it is the grandfather plant. It's very direct. It does give you what you need, which it did, but it didn't show any sadness. And for that, I was grateful. It really did help rewire my memories that I had in childhood, and I can look at it differently and have peace. And afterwards, I did have a lot to purge. I did get very sick during the treatment, but it was stuff that had to come out. And I just felt very calm after, a little unsteady,
Yeah.
but it took time, and the healing food really helped. And just everyone that helped care for me during this whole process from the beginning of the treatment, even after, helped heal me and get through it. And it was worth it looking back, even all the purging. But just to have that clarity now, I can see things much clearer.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love that the word like the ibogaine, it's like the I gain. I'm like, what do you gain in your perspective? Like that's kind of how
Yeah.
I think of it. And I love that you said like you kind of embrace the fact that like not everyone throws up during ibogaine. We're prepared if this happens,
Yes.
but if it does happen, I always tell people I'm like, it's not something to fear. It's like a blessing because you're clearing
Yeah.
energy blockages, and it sounds woo-woo until you experience it and you're like, wow, there's
Right.
energy I need to get out. And it's not about forcing it. If it happens, it happens. And we also use like anti-nausea medications in the IV and things,
Yes.
but
Yes.
sometimes there's more to release, and that's healthy. And we had one guy, and like I think once people embrace it, and you're like, you kind of like get empowered, and you're like, yep, let's do this. Like we're releasing what we don't need and go moving forward, and you know you're gonna feel better on the other side, even though before you go into it, the idea of that sounds scary. So
Absolutely. It was the best thing I could have done. I mean, I still look back and I say, I can't believe I did that. I really can't believe I did that. I'm so proud of myself. But nothing could stop me. After I met you and spoke with you, and as I said, nothing can stop this journey. I need to do this for myself. And if anyone ever has any doubts, just let it go.
yeah.
Surrender, because it's the best thing you could do. Your mental health, and just have peace of mind and clarity, and to be able to go through the rest of your life just feeling so free. And I can't say enough amazing things about it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, like I think for me, like 'cause I also did the 7 day I began experience,
Yep.
like, and I'll make a different video about this. So I won't get into it here, but just
Yep.
feeling the mental peace and clarity as somebody who I generally feel pretty peaceful and clear, but it was like, whoa, a whole new level of just like the quietest mind. And even sometimes if I try to think too much, because I can like not even negative thoughts, just kind of organizing,
Yep.
planning. I can feel my head like hurt a little bit. It was like it's kind of like a reminder of like don't overly, not that we shouldn't be thinking, but we have to like work with energy of life and not overly try to control it, kind of, so to speak, with our mind. So
Absolutely. I'm also grateful for the aftercare and the support and the care that I had there. But the clinical psychologist has also really been helping me,
amazing.
because I felt like a different person after
Yeah.
I was getting ready to leave there. But my biggest fear was that I would go back to my old ways, and
Yeah.
that just wasn't possible. It's not possible. And they, thanks to the aftercare as well, I do work on that and the integration, which is so important. I never really understood how important it was, but even how the integration was happening while I was there, just on a daily basis with all your support and people that work there.
Yeah,
They all had a role in it.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, I
it's
think it's super nice the next day after the Ibogaine to be able to like talk to different staff and they're all like have a really great background in healing. And then each conversation kind of helps you understand something differently, even if it's not just like,
absolutely,
yeah, like go out
absolutely.
the 3 sessions in person with the clinical psychologist, but even like just talking to our chef
Oh,
or
the chef, I love Liz. I love Liz.
even just our
She
retreat.
helped heal me. I want to hire Liz. I want to bring her home.
We have two amazing chefs, Chef Laura and Liz, and so they've gotten so many
Shoot,
offers from
too.
like our guests afterwards, and they're like, yeah, people offer to pay us like whatever we want, fly us around the world. It's super cute.
No,
Uh,
I was sad leaving, I must say, just
yeah.
after spending so much time with everyone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Of course. So what for you, like, of course, the ceremony is kind of profound and difficult, but what was like the best part of the retreat for you? Like, what was kind of like a highlight or two?
I can say I'm no longer coughing, which is great. But I loved the 5-MeO DMT, the Bufo.
What was that experience like for you?
It was euphoria at the at its finest level. I've never felt such elation. I don't remember feeling that, and I don't ever. But I was very nervous, and I love the shaman. I love Victor, and I thought I had to have an intention. He said, no, just surrender. But
Yeah.
for me, that was a little hard because I remember after I inhaled it, I told myself I'm just going to surrender, but I felt something tight in my chest again. And I didn't surrender at first, but once I did, I wish I could just go back to that moment.
Yeah.
And I cried and I was shaking, but I kept crying and crying. And to be able just to release it all, I've never felt so free after. I wish I could do it every week.
I was just gonna, you read my mind. We're already connected because one of our clients literally was like, she did
Oh,
it. She's like, that was like the biggest energetic, emotional release
oh,
in my life. She
it's
said,
amazing.
I would do that every week.
I be doing good. I really, I would love to have Victor as well every time. He
He's
was,
amazing. Yeah. For people watching, like Victor's he's our medicine man and so, maestro, and he's been trained by the Shipibo medicine people in Peru, deep in the Amazon, and also works with the Huirarica medicine people in Mexico with like the peyote, which they call hickory, and then obviously he facilitates our
yeah,
psilocybin and ibogaine, and he calls in the energies of all these medicines to the ceremony so that and obviously bufo, and so he has just big respect for the plants, the all the medicines, and he's such a very gentle person, but
so
he's
gentle.
trained psychotherapist. He's worked with children with cancer, people with addiction in halfway houses, and he has also a background in Chinese medicine. His grandmother was Chinese and like acupuncture, so just a super well-rounded guy. He's a dad, like also, so he's like knows how to be a human too. Um,
Yeah,
and I think, yeah, just his gentleness and kind of he has like this femininity to him as well, which is
he
really,
does. He does.
yeah, and a really sweet sense of humor. So, but for him, he feels so honored every day to like serve the clients at the center and be a part of the team. So, that's I think brings him the greatest joy. So,
He he's amazing, and the Bufo was the release and the surrender and just the euphoria I felt. But also, I became friends with a couple other clients at the resort, and I just met so many amazing people. That obviously we were all there for different reasons, but just learning about everyone else and hearing their story, and I really loved everybody there.
that's awesome. Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
lot of times I always tell people on the calls, I'm like, even if you're not looking for community, that's not your intention. Like you will
Yeah.
return with a new community and people to uplift you and like reach out and support. And every person coming there is doing something so brave. And like you're kind of hanging up your ego and personality for like a few days to just surrender and experience this. And then in that openness, it's easier to connect with people and it's easier to get deeper and share your heart. And a lot of people are sharing things they've never shared with other people in their lives and they're telling them to like
Absolutely.
strangers.
I think that was the hardest thing at first. I thought I'm a little shy. I don't really enjoy
Yeah,
public speaking, and I'm pretty private and I keep to myself. But then being able to have that sense of community, that's also what really just made me feel like, wow, I
yeah,
want to be out more. I want to be in meeting new people, which I have since I've been home, and exploring other interests and expanding my creativity and all these other things that I want to do now. I didn't really think about before I did the treatment, but now it's just a new world.
So social butterfly.
A social butterfly, absolutely.
That's super.
Absolutely. I never thought I'd say that, but I can.
That's so
It's a
cool.
great feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think when you're less in your head, you're more open to new experiences and you're more like you can feel more comfortable being in the moment with new people without like worrying about certain things or
Absolutely.
trying to impress someone or whatever. It's just kind of about the joy of connecting. So,
Absolutely.
and then what like kept you from doing something sooner? Like I know you were doing a little research, looking into kind of different ceremonies and things, but did you once you decided, did you attend right away? Like, were you on the fence for a while?
Oh, no. Well, once I met you, there was really no on the fence. I think what took me so long is that I am a caregiver and I still am. And I was putting all my attention and energy into a current relationship, which is no longer, well, it's no longer a current relationship. That has ended, but you realize what serves you and what does not. And I need to focus on me. So once I started focusing on me, and realize that I had to learn how to love myself again, forgive myself, and choose myself. That was actually also just a big takeaway that I needed to protect myself, no matter who I'm caring for, and I could give space to that person, but hold space for myself and continue living my life and pursue and my purpose. And I look forward to finding that again.
That's awesome. That's exciting. Yeah, it's
I
when you're
was,
caretaking and all these things, it's like such a drain on your own energy that you have to find the time to find stillness and peace for yourself to recenter before that like new inspiration comes in. So
I couldn't really focus on myself. And I could tell my nervous system also needed a reset just from all the stress and everything I've been dealing with and just ignoring it.
How are you feeling now with your nervous system? Like, have you noticed? I know that life can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sleep so much better. I sleep
Wow.
so much better.
That's awesome.
And I feel so much more confident and safe. I wasn't feeling safe before that. I was living from a place of fear pretty much. And I don't have fear anymore. It's a beautiful thing. I never realized how much it controlled my life.
Yeah, it's one of the, I think the most harmful, besides like shame and guilt, like these are very low vibrations. But fear is such a toxic energy. Like it literally, sometimes during different ceremonies I've done over the last 11 years, I can feel fear and I can feel how literally it's like choking the life out of us.
That's
Like,
absolutely what it was.
Well, but it's literally like a sickness of the mind and manifests in the body in different ways. And you don't realize how much it can be under the surface until you are open to like, peeling back some of these layers. So
absolutely. I would do it again as soon as when I can.
yeah, when you can.
Just to peel off some more layers.
Well, let's go together next time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that.
I know we've had a few alumni who are asking for like alumni retreats. So I'm like, we need
Oh, that's amazing.
a retreat week, which should be fun. And then, yeah, so what would you say to someone else who may be watching who's like on the fence right now? Like, what would be your best words of like wisdom for them?
Don't doubt yourself. This is something that you need to do for yourself because if you don't do it, you will always have a regret. Don't live with regret or fear and just move forward and take care of you.
Yeah.
And you're so supported and loved, and it is a sacred space, and you will get everything you need and more. And you owe it to yourself.
Bravo. That was like so beautifully said. And going forward now, like what changes, not only have you felt, it sounds like so many internally, I know you're going out more. Any other changes you've kind of noticed in yourself that you're like, wow, like I'm reacting differently in this situations. Like I'd love to just hear a few little, if you could think of.
Oh, absolutely. I've really removed myself from many relationships because I realize I am on a different vibration or frequency now. And I'm so grateful for it. I will not surround myself with people that no longer operate on the same vibrational field where they're happy and there is no ego. I mean, people still have ego, but just not allowing myself to be put in those situations and always asking myself, is this good for me? Why am I choosing this before I actually jump into something or going somewhere or doing anything really? I just say, what is it? What does this mean for me? I really look at myself first, which I never did. and
Amazing.
put myself first.
Beautiful. That's so cool. Like, yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of people are operating out of do for others first. And it's like Victor, our medicine man, was like talking about the hierarchy of kind of needs of like, of course, your relationship with God, source, universe, creator, whatever you want to call it, is like first. And then with yourself as well, of course, those are like, the top two. And then from there, it's kind of like parents, family, partner, all this stuff. But you have to prioritize like your needs first and like your true needs. It's not selfish to prioritize your actual needs. And a lot of people have this all flipped around backwards and
Yeah.
operating from severe like depletion. And it's the depletion of love, it's depletion of care for themselves.
It's also made me want to pursue more spiritual growth, more religious things, I should say. And really, the spiritual side is just so fascinating to me.
Yeah. Did you have in your journey like any profound like visions or insights that you were like, obviously the purging, but was there anything kind of like, yeah, spiritual or vision wise that you had that was helpful for you? Like I know with the childhood you saw like from a higher perspective thing,
Absolutely.
but I'd love to hear if there's any other kind of, yeah, spiritual things you experienced during I know the Bufo, you had this deep euphoria and love, but any other particular things that stood out?
I just, like I said, I always saw my father in a different light as a childhood, and just to see him allowing me to be myself and be carefree. And I've never really allowed myself to be like that. There was a short period during my younger adult years where I was, and just seeing that in the visions of myself, just being so happy. And I wondered like where that went, but that it was there
Yeah.
and that I could get it back.
Kind
And
of like,
now I have it. And now I have it back.
wow.
I have it back.
It sounds like kind of connecting with your inner child, like this inner joy
Yeah,
that
I'd say yes. But next, but yes, definitely connecting with the inner child. That's really what it was, and dealing with the integration and helping me maintain that relationship and never lose sight of that. I'll never abandon that inner child again, but learn how to really incorporate it into my adult life, which I never did until now.
beautiful. Well, I'd love to just like for kind of wrapping things up, I'd love to hear just like any, yeah, like kind of if you have a mantra going forward or if there's like little pieces of wisdom that you're kind of like reminding yourself of daily or yeah, any final messages that you might want to share with people. I know
Um,
that, yeah, I'd love to hear that.
if it's not really a mantra, I would say this whole journey was an accelerated transformation.
Yeah.
I felt that it just accelerated everything. And sometimes I can't really keep up. But if you're looking for a transformation, maybe that's the word, transformation. But it gives you that. And I had that. And I am so grateful. I mean, people can tell there's a difference. People that I interact with and surround myself with, they can't believe how different I am. And I can't believe it. So
It's
that's
definitely like the inner glow. Like, obviously, you're a beautiful woman. I feel like you've always been beautiful, but there's something different when you can be beautiful on the outside and still not feel wonderful on the inside. And I think it definitely helps to restore that inner shine and that inner connection. And like,
absolutely
the last retreat I was on, I was taking some before and after pictures, and some of these clients literally looked like 10 to 20 years younger. Of course, they lost a little weight from the fast.
right.
They were glowing and their skin
Flowing.
like
That's what it
returned
is.
its
Yeah,
color and it wasn't just a tan, it was literally like felt like life going back into their body. And their whole energy was different. It wasn't just physically, it was like, wow, they're moving different. Even like physically, people would come in with some tightness or pain or these things. They were like, wow.
absolutely.
Yeah. Did you feel any physical changes in your body? Like,
I did at first. I had a problem with my arch of my feet. And then I did some more Reiki when I was home again. And the lady said, "Oh, it's because you are moving forward rapidly at a faster pace. And
oh,
it's if your body cannot catch up yet,
oh,
it's
okay.
catching up," which
That
was really cool. And I believe it because I still get this pain in my right arch.
yeah.
And learning about the feminine side and the masculine side of the energy. It's been the right side, but
That's
it's
super
the pain
interesting.
has subsided. So I know I've been moving forward fast. I really have, and it's
Oh
pretty
my God.
cool.
I'm so happy to hear this. And then how did you like we had to do the Reiki the day after the Ibogaine? Like how was your experience? Was that helpful for you as like integration?
Absolutely, I love Reiki. I can't say amazing things about it. It really clears the energy, and I will always continue to do it, just to release it and to stay this present and to feel like this.
I literally felt like I was the day after the ceremony, my energy was still so open that it felt like she was literally like grabbing me wherever the energy.
Yeah,
It was like,
there was heat involved for me. I felt I could feel the heat where she was touching and had her hands, and it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's because it's like a no touch and you feel like you're being
You
like,
feel it. Yeah, it's no
yeah,
touching, but it was just
yeah.
crazy the way it shifted.
Amazing. Well, I'm so happy for you, Judy, and I'm so grateful to connect. And any
Yeah.
last things you want to share? I just want to open it up one final thing that you want to leave on the counter for someone. I know you were a little nervous going in before, so for anyone feeling like nervous who maybe has already signed up, like what do you want to say to them? Like what can help them?
I'd say just expand and open your horizons and don't think too much about it.
Yeah,
But I think also doing the preparation work ahead of time and just allowing trust, just trust yourself and that you are in the right place. And this found you at the right time, which is what I feel. It found me at the right time. And once we connected, there was really no looking back. Just don't look back.
I'm happy to be a part of your journey. And I think
Mhm.
it's, yeah, one of those things that like when you feel that pull, like for me, I started to have dreams about it and like it was just kind
Yeah,
of like the next step in my journey. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try not to think about this in going into it. Obviously, you want to, know the science and do some research, but
absolutely.
you kind of have to take that leap of faith and trust that like life loves you and life wants the best for you and like you're being guided to like the good, especially when you're doing it from an authentic place of healing and you put a lot of work in before and preparation and I think the more work you put in before and the
Absolutely.
more like intention you put in the more you receive.
That's what I realized. Because I everything was aligned,
Yeah.
and it still is aligned for me. There may be a few things that come my way, but the alignment, once it's there, it's really hard to veer off of unless you just are not really continuing to work on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, you'd have to go like would have to actively work pretty hard to not be in alignment like when you already
Absolutely.
feel that inner
To
compass.
come this far, you don't go back.
Yeah.
I won't go back.
Oh, bravo. I'm so proud of you. And well, thank you so much.
Thank
Of course,
you.
I'll see you there next time so we can go together.
Absolutely. I would love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Yes, we love you and we're so proud of you. And I'm so excited to stay in touch and follow your journey. And like I feel like this next few years will be like the era of Judy, of like the self-care, the self-love,
Absolutely.
self-exploration. Like I can't wait to see what you create from this in your life and what kind of art or design or anything that you do. Just following your passions is, it's the name of the game.
Absolutely. And please send my love to everyone at Sayulita. I miss them.
I will. They honestly miss you too.
They're all
Okay,
so special.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
my love. My pleasure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.